Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. And the news we're looking at today, as we can see here, we are looking at brand new gameplay and some core changes to CryptoDozer. So CryptoDozer 2 is coming. So this is kind of good news for me because I did a couple of videos kind of slamming CryptoDozer a couple of weeks ago. Not so much kind of slamming it for its kind of gameplay or structure, but the process of getting any ETH out was proved very, very difficult and slightly confusing and annoying. So I'm glad to see there are some changes coming. Let's go in and have a look. So CryptoDozer is one game on the PlayDap's platform, which is planned to be like a larger platform. At the moment, I think there's only two games. There's CryptoDozer and I can't remember what the game's called. the Flappy Birds. Version, Dover Bird, I think it's called. But CryptoDozer is kind of like a kind of social gambling game where you're kind of collecting, kind of putting in coins and they're falling down a chute and then they're getting knocked off the edge. And you get prizes and then you can redeem those prizes for ETH out into your wallet. So it's a kind of a social gambling, but it's sort of real gambling, I suppose. Gambling with gaming elements around it. It's been running for a year. It's done pretty well actually. So yes, the Dozer Bird is the other game, and you can take some of the characters you win in CryptoDozer and you can play with them in Dozer Bird, and they have power ups and this sort of stuff. Dozer Bird, I didn't get on with. It was much too hard for me. I mean, Flappy Bird is a hard game. That's the point of Flappy Bird, isn't it? But anyway, I should point out that the company behind PlayDap is called SuperTree, and it just raised $2 million in investment. So it's got a bit more money to think about, I suppose, the long term. It's not so worried about money coming in all the time. So it's going to reshape CryptoDozer into a real game. Hey, with awesome gameplay and compelling collecting and trading. That's good. That's good news because it does kind of suggest that they knew it wasn't really a real game before. So the kind of point of the game is these Cryptodolls. So the point is to kind of collect these kind of NFT rewards, and the rarity, you're gonna have bronze, silver, and gold dolls. Are gonna have a lot more varied, a lot more interesting to collect. They were not very interesting to collect beforehand. And there's a compose fancy button. So you better take these bronze, silver, and gold variations and make true NFTs of them. Okay, so before, I guess it was kind of like you had these things, and I think you could make them into NFTs, but basically everyone was just cashing them out for cash. And there are friends effects, so you can stack them to get better at those are friends games that you play. So they're making more kind of meta game around this, making them more valuable in terms of the games. You can put them in. All of these friends effects are totally variable, so you can create a Laco, don't know what that is, or a Bram and get different stats every time. Okay. So we're seeing these are becoming more interesting, the little dolls you collect. So this is going to be undergoing exciting changes from late April, 22nd of April, so we've got kind of a month away. That's interesting. Other things happen. So the PLA token, so this is a ERC20 token that you buy in the game, and then you use it to buy kind of items in the game. They're going to list that. It's interesting, the listing tokens. As soon as you list a token, people who've got a lot of them tend to just sell them all off. And as soon as you list a token, everyone's focused on the price all the time. So it's a double-edged sword with that. But obviously, then they think they know what they're doing on that, and it's not going to be till the second half of 2020. So this is a bit further off. It does force you to think more carefully about your economy, I think, if you list stuff. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good point here. Anything you win from now until late April, you're getting full. So there was this annoying thing that they basically, if you had to have a minimum, it's a minimum payout of 0.1 ETH, sorry. And when you did try and cash it out, they would take like 10% from you as some sort of transaction charge, which seemed very, very odd. So I'm glad they're stopping that. The exchange function of CryptoDolls to ETH will cease. Right, so this is the kind of thing that I got a bit hung up on. I was collecting these CryptoDolls, and the only thing to do with them really was exchanging that to ETH, and that process was really, really, really complicated. But they're going to stop doing that. So this is a brave move, because this was the whole point of the game previously, was to do this, collect these and get the ETH out of it. Now they're making significant changes, and the value of these CryptoDolls will become dramatically higher. So this is interesting. a marketplace is launching and true player-to-player trading. Right. So the point now is previously you got these dolls and you cashed them out to the company for the price that they set on them. So it was a kind of using the blockchain, but it's effectively a centralized pricing system. Now we're having a marketplace. So certain people might like certain types of dolls to complete collections or for aesthetic reasons, or just because they actually have more value in the games. So that's really good. Again, much more complicated because you've got peer-to-peer economies going on there, and that becomes impossible or much harder for developers to control. But good. This is what blockchain games should be about. And the game will reset for all players in late April. So everything you achieved will be rewarded. Okay. So that's good as well. Important in number 6, blah, blah, blah. The game's going to stay the same until it does. And the dolls will work in other Dozer Friends series. Okay, so Dozer Bird I think is the only one. Anyway, excuse me. Oh, and they will also update Dozer Bird. So Dozer Bird is this Flappy Bird kind of version. They're going to update that as well. So in general, I went into a lot of detail on that. And if you haven't played CryptoDozer, probably doesn't make a lot of sense to you. But this is a good thing. This is a good thing because CryptoDozer does seem to have quite a lot of users. So it generally seems to have 500 to 1,000 daily active unique wallets every day. So there's a lot of people playing it. Obviously, the people who are enjoying it now may not play the new version where they can't cash stuff out. But I think to make it a much more kind of deeper gameplay experience, because it was very shallow before, is a good thing. And I think adding things like a peer-to-peer trading is obviously what blockchain games should be about. So well done to Supertree. I will obviously when the new version goes live have to go back and play it. I did think I would never play CryptoDozer again, but now obviously I have to go back and play it and do another video to see how the changes have changed it. So, but that's good. That's a good thing. That's not a problem at all. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Blockchain Gaming World Daily, when we take a daily news story and go into a bit more detail on it. So if you're interested in blockchain and games, please do subscribe to the channel. But otherwise, thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you again soon.